Alright everybody, well welcome back to the day in progress. This might be my final farewell ride for the FZ6R. We'll see if the guys appraise it well enough and want to give me the right money with everything that I've got on it. I've got the touring accessories on it right now, saddlebags, and I don't have the top carrier on there anymore, but Josh is bringing that in the Pilot behind me in the project box full of goodies. Things have been sitting a little while. I think the rear tire is a little splashy on this thing. I didn't check it. Should have. Feels a little soft. So if they want to offer me the right money for the bike as it sits right here right now, with the bags on it, and well, hell, I'll even throw in the little Garmin Zumo here. We'll see. I really like this bike. Well, let me rephrase. I like the idea of this bike. I like the look of it and the fact that it was a middleweight sporty bike. It's not a sports bike. It's definitely not a hyper sport or anything like that. It's got bar risers, you know, that give you a more upright seating position instead of clip-ons. So the ergonomics are pretty good. But I never really melded with it. I talked about that in a few previous vlogs where I don't really have anything against the bike, but I don't love it. And I just haven't used it near as much as I thought I would. And it's been on a few road trips and done a little bit of stuff with it, but I really purchased it with the intention of taking it out sport touring for long distances, because I've had sport tours in the past, you know, big full-size, you know, FJs and stuff like that, FJ11, FJ12, Concours, things like that. And I thought, this will be fun, you know, a middleweight bike, 600. It should be pretty efficient, get down the road good, all that. But the things that I don't like about it are the fact that it's pretty top heavy for a middleweight bike. It's 450 some pounds. It's not light. I may have those numbers wrong. It might be like 437 or something like that. But it wears its weight up high, so it feels kind of top heavy. The other thing is, in Houston heat, Houston traffic in the summertime, this thing will bake your legs. It runs very hot, much like my R1 did. So I don't know, it wasn't my cup of tea. And the fact that it doesn't get very good economy for a middleweight bike just kind of struck it down as a commuter bike or an everyday. So I don't know, I never really melded with it all that much. I think the fuel economy on this thing is in the high 30s, low 40s is what I usually get, 38 to 42, which, you know, isn't bad, but, you know, considering I've got so many other bikes that are much more efficient, so I don't know. I even up-geared the front sprocket on this thing. I put I'm going to say it's a 17. It had a 16, I put a 17, or it had a 15, I put a 16, something like that. To try to calm the motor down and make it a little bit more frugal for highway runs, but it didn't make that much difference. The one thing that the plus size sprocket did for me is it brought the speedo right up to true on GPS. It's almost dead even with GPS, which I thought was a nice bonus. Sport bikers here hauling ass. Yeah, that rear tire is splashy. It's about 5 or 6 pounds low. I can feel it. It's about 35 pounds instead of 42. Yeah, I'll stop somewhere and top it off. I always like stopping at Costco's because they've got those machines outside that are free, but I'll go wherever I need to. Yes, this is it. No street sign anywhere. Continue for 1 mile, Google says. All right. Need to pick up some fuel too. This thing's getting low. Flashy, flash, flash. It just started flashing a couple miles ago, 5 miles ago, so I still have some range. Depending if I sell it right now, then I'll just let the dealer fill it. Quarter-mile right on Jones. Okay. Okay, it said turn right and then turn left. Which way is it? Make up your mind. Okay, left onto Jones. And make a U-turn. Huh? I guess the guy wants to meet here at the HEB. Okay, different. These face shields on these showy helmets are annoying, where they've only got a little nub on the left side to lift them up and not on the right. So when you're sitting here at a light, clutched up, you got to reach across. It's annoying. Sure who I'm supposed to meet, where I'm supposed to meet. I see a guy on a bike here. I don't know if that's it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I'll talk with this gentleman and catch you all in just a little while. All right. Well, I just stopped over here at Costco to top off my tires. They were low. The front tire was 6 pounds low. The rear tire was 8 pounds low. I knew it felt funny. Kind of wallowing around a little bit. This bike's been sitting a while. So, I met with that the buyer for that motorcycle shop. He's just kind of a mobile buyer. He goes around and takes care of buying inventory for their shop. It's pretty neat. So I signed paperwork and did a bunch of stuff, and I hope everything's on the up and up, because I signed over title search and all kinds of paperwork, but I haven't been paid yet. So the bike and the original title are still in my possession, and the transporter for their shop is supposed to call me tomorrow and arrange a time to come out either tomorrow or Saturday and pick up the bike. So we'll see how that goes. And he didn't give me any extra concession for the luggage or the touring accessories on there, and he said, we can't really offer much for that, so if you want to take it off, take it off. So that's what I'll do. I'll pull the SHAD 3P system off of the back of this, and my GPS cradle and all the extra stuff that doesn't need to be there, and revert it to how it was from the factory, and then have this thing ready to go for tomorrow or weekend or whatever for them to pick it up. So just between you and me, I made a couple $1,000 on the bike overall, because I got it really, really cheap 5 years ago or whatever it was, 4 years ago. 5 years, yeah, it's been 5, maybe 6, I don't know, it's been a while. I got it cheap, and I just sold it for $2,000 more than I paid for it, so can't beat that. It's got pretty low miles on it. It's only like 9,600 miles and change, 9,690. So it'll have 9,700 and change on it when I get home. I bought it at right at 3,000 miles, 2,800 miles or something like that, 2,850. And then I had to ride it back from Kansas City, Missouri. So that was a 700 or 800 mile trip, whatever it was, and in that time I've only put another 5,000 miles on the bike, so it's still in great shape, immaculately maintained as always, but I don't need it. It's extra. Don't need it. So I'll let it go to a new home. Somebody will enjoy the hell out of this thing. It's a fun bike. I like it, but it just got too many, and I never melded with the bike. I'll pack up all my box of goodies. They're in the Pilot right now. My son came with me because we didn't know if this was going to be a do the deal right now and transfer money and give them the bike and they load it on a trailer, or what the story was going to be. So I'm following him, but I think he's going the wrong way. I don't know. No, we're going the right way. Somehow I got turned around. I thought we were headed north just now. So the FZ6 is taking its last voyage home.